It's Ronnie, and welcome to May I Scraplift You, hosted by Crystal Barrett of Pineapple Papers here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be scraplifting Crystal. And this is the layout I am scraplifting. I am not tearing my papers, but it is really similar. I didn't go too wild. And instead of using one photo, I have two. I have those Tim Holtz Mini Varsity, and the rest is Bella Boulevard, and it's Team Vibe Carson. Now, I don't have the whole collection there. I just have the Bella Besties, the kind of tone-on-tone white papers, and what I showed you there. However, when I went to do this layout, it is a baseball layout, and I only had one little icon that actually had to do with baseball. So I went ahead and ordered the actual collection. Yeah, I found it on a special, and it was like only $4 off, but $4 is $4. And so that's the way I did my top part there. And I am going to embellish it a little bit. She has hearts up there, so I'm going to embellish it. And my photo's the one that with the two boys. Well, one might be offended at the word boy, but anyway, he is kind of facing in towards the layout, so I wanted to put him on the left because of that. And you see where I'm putting my pictures. I will have to move the bottom one over just a little more. Yeah, I thought I'd put my title on that banner. And I just don't quite have enough room for it without moving it over just a little bit more. But the one picture, well, in the bottom with everybody there, that's my son, his family, and the taller boy in the picture up there's mom and aunt and a cousin. Anyway, there's several there. And he is playing ball that day on a college ball team. And they went, it was in Nashville, so they went for the whole weekend so they could have fun doing other stuff too. And this was 2019, so he is out of college now and actually is on a major league team. But at this time, he had fans that was Team Cam. His name's Cameron and spelt with a K, as you will be able to tell when I put Cam on here. And that's what they call themselves. So I had to put it instead of Team Cameron. But I used the varsity ones, and oh, you can see there where I had that one apart. I didn't have it glued as good as I should have, I guess. But I tried to put enough glue on the back. I took the top plaid part off so the darker blue part would show around the edge. And I tried to put enough glue here and there so that they will all stick together, but like I said, apparently I slipped up on that one. I'm not sure. Oh, I am making a tag here. When I was, looking for stuff to use, there's only a baseball on the chipboard. That is it. And I wouldn't have that if my friend Kimberly hadn't sent that chipboard to me for Christmas because she knew I'd bought some of this. I had bought the Bella Besties. And I thought I have to use it because it's the only baseball thing. But what else am I going to use? Seriously, what else am I going to use? I didn't really have any dies, that I could cut that was actually baseball. And you don't know how many times I've had the stuff in the cart for something like that, but I just didn't never go ahead and go through with it. I'd order something else and then I never made it home. But it looks great there, all snuggled in with that food, because I thought they are definitely buying food at this. So I am going to go a little while, but it's going to get moved. There was 3 stars in the ephemera, so I went ahead and used them. And then I was looking at it and I thought, what else am I going to put on here? I put that little banner up there at the top because, like I said, I was putting embellishments up there. So I looked at my already cut die cuts, and these were from Bramble Fox, the number one there, and then also the viewfinder. So I cut one larger and put it down there with the banner, and then I cut one less than half and put up there with my I'm not sure what you header. I think that's a header. That's what I'm going to call it, up there at the top. And so here I am still looking and wondering what to do. So I finally decided I'll do a banner here, and I will lay it down there, but because that viewfinder was already cut and it was black, I thought, man, it's just not showing up. So you will see me pull out some of the green and put it on there. The blue there is what I used for the back of the varsity letters, so they'd be dark and show up. So I'm just doing it the opposite now to put this little banner there. And I thought I'd use that star with it's in the circle, but then I'm looking at the stars to the left and thinking, I really don't like this here. And so I actually stopped and looked through everything I had again and couldn't find anything else. So that's when I decided to go ahead and pull that chipboard baseball out. And thank goodness you sent them to me, Kim, because yeah, it's going to go on there as my only actual baseball thing on here. Well, there is a cap laying there, but I didn't even notice that till just now. But yeah, I did like how my layout turned out. And I love crystals. That's why I picked it. And I thought that'll make a really cute layout. But like I said, I love how it turned out, but I was struggling a bit deciding what to put. And so here I am looking at it again, and I will put some black sprinkles, and I believe it's Heidi Swap Midnight or something like that. It's the black one from Heidi Swap. And I'm going to sprinkle it on there to add just a little more black to the layout. And I'll be done with it. But I enjoyed a lot scrap lifting Crystal's layout there. And I was so tempted to do an outdoors one. Well, this is outdoors. But I had those pictures laying there. Well, I have a box of pictures laying there that I have printed out, being overly zealous, thinking I will do this, and this layout this week with these photos. Well, then I'll do one. And then I'll get to thinking about other pictures and print more out for the next week and so on. So this is a few years accumulation there that didn't get printed. So like I said, this is 2019, and I thought collection was perfect for it. And so yeah, I think I have another one done already that will feature some of the new pieces that I ordered, the new actual collection that I ordered. But don't you just love those varsity letters? I do. I use them every chance I can get. And there's a tag that I put together just to add something right there is actually what I was doing. And like I said, the stars was in the ephemera. And today was a good day. And so I embellished that part right there. And looking at it now, I'm thinking I might have needed something else there to go with my viewfinder. I might have to look at that again now that I have a little more. But thank you all so very, very much for joining me today while I created my layout. And I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. And check out that playlist down there. And I will have Crystal's channel down there, of course. She is the hostess of this whole hop. But have fun. Bye.